Hey everyone, and welcome to my B&B Glow channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Ridge eavesdrops on Taylor and Steffy's conversation, discovers shocking secret B&B spoilers. The ocean crashed rhythmically against the Malibu cliffs, sunlight glinting through the glass walls of Steffy Forrester Finnegan's modern home. Inside, tension hung heavier than the sea air. Steffy paced the living room, phone in hand, her face pale and troubled. "I don't know how much longer I can keep this from him, Mom," she whispered into the phone. "Ridge deserves to know the truth." A knock interrupted her. She opened the door. Taylor Hayes stood there, clutching her purse, her face drawn with exhaustion and worry. "Mom," Steffy said, voice tight. "You came. Thank God." Taylor stepped in quickly, shutting the door behind her. "We can't talk about this on the phone. Not with everything at stake." They moved toward the couch, both looking like women carrying the weight of a lifetime. Unseen eyes and ears. What neither realized was that Ridge Forrester had arrived moments earlier. He'd come to surprise Steffy with news about a new design collaboration, but when he saw Taylor's car in the driveway, curiosity got the better of him. He hesitated by the half-open patio door, hearing snippets of tension. "He can't ever find out," Taylor's voice said sharply. Ridge froze, every muscle in his body tense. He wasn't a man who enjoyed spying, but something in his gut told him this conversation wasn't just about business. He quietly stepped closer, just enough to hear without being seen. "Mother and daughter confession." Steffy's voice trembled. "Mom, you've been hiding this for months. How do you even sleep at night?" Taylor ran a hand through her hair, visibly shaken. "It's not easy, Steffy. But if Ridge finds out, everything changes. Our family, his trust, all of it." Steffy turned away, tears forming. "He's my father, Mom. He deserves the truth." Taylor's voice softened, breaking. "And what if the truth destroys him?" Ridge frowned outside, his heart pounding. "What truth? What could they possibly be keeping from me?" Inside, Taylor took a deep breath. "You have to understand, Steffy. I didn't plan for this. It just happened." Steffy looked at her, pleading. "You can't keep saying that, Mom. This isn't about an accident or a misunderstanding. This is about a person's life." Taylor closed her eyes, pain flashing across her face. "I know." Ridge felt a chill down his spine. "Someone's life? The name that changes everything." Steffy's voice dropped to a whisper. "Does he even know he's alive, Mom?" Ridge's heart stopped. Taylor shook her head. "No. And he can't. Not now." Steffy stood abruptly. "This is insane. You're protecting someone who doesn't even know the truth." "Lower your voice," Taylor hissed, glancing toward the door. Steffy ignored her. "He deserves to know that Ridge is his father." Taylor clamped a hand over her mouth, eyes wide. "Too late." Ridge stumbled back, breath catching. The words echoed like thunder. "He deserves to know that Ridge is his father." His mind spun. Who? Who is she talking about? The discovery. Inside, Taylor pulled her hand back, voice trembling. "You can't just blurt that out, Steffy." Steffy shook her head. "I can't keep lying to him, Mom. Or to Dad. This isn't right." Taylor's shoulders sagged. "I never meant for this to happen. I thought he died. I thought I'd lost him forever." Ridge's chest tightened, confusion battling horror. He stepped back, accidentally bumping a decorative vase. It clattered against the patio floor. Both women froze. Steffy turned toward the sound. "Mom, did you hear that?" Taylor whispered, "Oh no." The confrontation. Ridge stepped inside slowly, his face ashen but composed. "Go ahead," he said quietly. "Finish your sentence, Steffy." "He deserves to know that I'm whose father?" Taylor gasped. "Ridge. What are you doing here?" I could ask you the same thing, he said coldly. I stopped by to see my daughter, and instead I hear both of you whispering about my child that apparently I don't know about. Steffy looked at her mother, panicked. Mom. Taylor stood, trying to steady herself. Ridge, please. It's not what you think. He crossed his arms. Then tell me what I should think, Taylor. Who's this person I supposedly fathered? Taylor's voice cracked. I can explain. You'd better, Ridge snapped. The secret revealed. Taylor took a shaky breath. 20 years ago, before you married Brooke again, I had a patient. A young woman who had lost everything, family, home, hope. She reminded me of myself after we first broke up. I helped her rebuild her life. Ridge frowned. What does that have to do with me? Taylor continued, tears brimming. She was pregnant. She told me the father was gone, that he'd never know. But when I saw her medical file, I realized something. The child's DNA matched yours. Ridge blinked, stunned. That's impossible. Taylor shook her head. I didn't believe it at first either. But it was you, Ridge. That young woman was someone you once knew. From your time in Paris. Steffy whispered, Mom, are you sure you want to do this? Taylor nodded slowly. He deserves to know. The child, your son, is alive, Ridge. He's here. In Los Angeles. Ridge's world tilted. You're saying I have another son? Someone you never told me about? Taylor whispered, yes. Ridge's fury. Ridge turned away, fists clenched. You lied to me for 20 years, Taylor. You knew I had a son out there, and you said nothing? Taylor's voice broke. I thought he died. The woman disappeared before she gave birth. I only found out recently that he survived, that he was adopted. Steffy stepped forward. Dad, Mom didn't do it to hurt you. She was trying to protect you. Protect me from what? Ridge snapped. The truth? Taylor's tears spilled over. From heartbreak. You had Brooke, your life, your family, I didn't want to destroy that. Ridge shook his head slowly. You didn't want to destroy your chance with me. That's what this was about. Taylor flinched. No. It wasn't. Steffi's voice trembled. Dad, please. But Ridge wasn't listening. His voice rose, thunderous. You kept my own child from me, Taylor. 20 years. Do you have any idea what you've done? The son's identity. Taylor whispered through her tears. I found out who he is. That's why I came today, to tell Steffy before I told you. Ridge's voice was like ice. Then say it. Who is he? Taylor hesitated. Ridge, you know him. He blinked. What? Steffy looked at her mother in shock. Mom, no. You can't mean. Taylor nodded, crying harder now. It's Dr. John Finnegan. The room went silent. Ridge's jaw dropped. Finn? Steffy's husband? Taylor nodded again, her voice barely a whisper. Yes. Your son. Finn is yours, Ridge. The fallout. Steffy stumbled backward, speechless. You're saying my husband is my brother? Taylor sobbed. I didn't know when you two met. I swear to you, I only discovered it after the hospital did a background match through DNA medical records. I've been trying to find the right moment to tell you both. Ridge's face turned pale as the blood drained from it. My God. Steffy covered her mouth, tears streaming. This can't be real. Ridge whispered, voice shaking, that's why you kept it from me. You were trying to fix it quietly. But you can't fix something like this, Taylor. You've broken everything. Taylor tried to reach for him, but he stepped back. I loved you, Taylor, he said, his voice heavy with heartbreak. And you betrayed me in ways Brooke never could. Taylor fell to her knees, sobbing. "Ridge, please." But he was already walking away. Minutes later, Steffy stood in stunned silence, watching her mother collapse into the couch. "Mom, how could this happen?" she whispered. Taylor's voice was hollow. "I don't know. I only wanted to protect you all." Steffy shook her head. "You've destroyed my life." Ridge alone. That night, Ridge stood alone at the Forrester Mansion terrace, staring out at the city lights. His world had come undone. The women he'd loved most had lied to him, and the son he never knew was married to his daughter. Brooke appeared quietly behind him. "Ridge? What's wrong?" He turned, his face pale, his eyes broken. "Everything, Logan," he whispered. "Everything's wrong." Brooke frowned. "What happened?" Ridge looked away, tears slipping down his cheek. "I found out I have a son. And he's married to my daughter." Brooke gasped. "What?" "Ridge, that can't." But he walked past her without another word, leaving her staring after him as the night swallowed the truth. Brooke dying in hospital, Ridge crying in regret. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. The city lights of Los Angeles shimmered like distant stars, but for Ridge Forrester, the world had gone dark. The echo of sirens still rang in his ears as he sat motionless in the back of the ambulance, his hands covered in Brooke's blood. The chaos around him, flashing lights, paramedics shouting, the faint hum of a heart monitor, all blurred into a single, horrifying sound: silence. Brooke Logan Forrester, the love of his life, lay motionless on the stretcher beside him. Her golden hair, once full of light, was matted with crimson. Her lips, usually quick to smile, to tease, to speak love, were pale and trembling. "Brooke, stay with me," Ridge whispered, clutching her hand. "Please. Don't leave me now." Her eyes fluttered open weakly. "Ridge, you came back." "I never left," he said through tears. "You're going to be fine, Logan. You hear me? You're not leaving me. Not like this." But the paramedic's grim expression said otherwise. At the hospital. Moments later, chaos-filled UCLA Medical Center. Doctors rushed Brooke into surgery as Ridge followed, shouting her name until the double doors closed between them. He sank into a chair, chest heaving, hands trembling. Hope Logan and Katie arrived moments later, their faces pale with panic. "Where is she?" Hope demanded, her voice breaking. Ridge looked up, eyes red. "In surgery. They said internal bleeding." "I don't know. I don't know." Katie placed a hand on his shoulder. "Ridge, what happened?" His voice cracked. "It was supposed to be just another argument, words, nothing more. We were on the stairs. She tried to walk away, and she fell." Hope's eyes widened. "You mean you?" "No." Ridge cut her off, horrified. "I didn't touch her. She turned too fast, lost her balance. I reached for her, but," his voice broke completely. "I couldn't save her." Hope covered her mouth in shock, tears streaming. "Oh my God." The waiting room. Hours passed like years. The family gathered: Donna, Katie, Hope, Ridge, even Bill Spencer, who rushed in after hearing the news. No one spoke. The silence was too thick with fear. Finally, the surgeon emerged, his face grave. Ridge jumped to his feet. "How is she? Tell me she's going to be okay." The doctor hesitated. "She suffered severe internal injuries, a ruptured artery, multiple fractures. We managed to stabilize her, but..." Hope stepped forward, shaking. "But what?" "She's not out of danger. Her body is weak. The next 24 hours will determine everything." Katie gasped. "Can we see her?" The doctor nodded softly. "One at a time." Ridge didn't wait for permission, he went straight to the door. Ridge at Brooke's bedside. The steady beep of the heart monitor filled the room. Brooke lay motionless beneath white sheets, her face ghostly pale, an oxygen mask covering her mouth. Ridge stepped closer, tears spilling freely. He sat beside her and took her hand, cold and fragile in his. "Hey, Logan," he whispered, his voice trembling. "You always said I was stubborn. Well, you're not allowed to be more stubborn than me. You're going to fight, do you hear me?" Her eyelids fluttered faintly. He leaned closer, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "I never meant for this to happen. God, Brooke, I've said so many things I didn't mean, pushed you away when all I wanted was to hold you." He closed his eyes, guilt choking him. "You said one day I'd regret it if I walked out. You were right. You were right about everything." He lowered his head onto her hand, his shoulders shaking with sobs. Memories flooded back. As Ridge wept, flashes of their life together flooded his mind, their first kiss at Forrester Creations, their weddings, their fights, their endless reconciliations. He remembered her laughter, her perfume, her faith in him even when he didn't deserve it. And now, he might never hear her say "Ridge, my destiny" again. Donna stood silently at the door, watching through tears. She turned and whispered to Katie, "He's breaking. I've never seen him like this." Katie nodded sadly. "Because this time, he knows he could really lose her." Hope's guilt. In the waiting area, Hope sat trembling, hands clasped. "I shouldn't have let her go after him," she said through tears. "She said she needed to clear things up with Ridge. I should have stopped her." Bill placed a hand on her shoulder. "Hope, this isn't your fault." She was finally happy again, Hope whispered. "And now?" Her voice trailed off as she buried her face in her hands. Donna wiped her eyes. "She's strong, Hope. Brooke's been through everything, she's not giving up now." Katie nodded. "She survived heartbreak, betrayal, fire, even illness. She's not leaving us. Not like this." Brooke wakes up. Hours later, Ridge remained by her side, refusing to move. Exhausted, he finally rested his forehead on her arm, when he felt it, the faintest squeeze of her fingers. His head shot up. "Brooke? Brooke, can you hear me?" Her eyelids fluttered weakly. "Ridge." He grabbed her hand, his voice breaking. "I'm here. I'm right here, Logan." A tear slid down her cheek. "Don't cry." Ridge let out a choked laugh through his tears. "You're telling me not to cry? You're the one who's supposed to be resting." She tried to smile, her voice barely audible. "You always overreact." He chuckled softly, brushing a tear from her cheek. "And you always forgive me when I don't deserve it." Her smile faded slightly. "Ridge, if I don't make it." "Don't say that," he interrupted, panicked. "You will make it." But she persisted, her voice fragile. "If I don't, tell Hope and the kids that I love them. Tell them I'm proud." Ridge's voice broke completely. "No, Logan. You'll tell them yourself." Her hand slipped from his grasp, and the monitor began to beep wildly. "Brooke?" Ridge shouted. "Nurse! Somebody help her!" Doctors rushed in, pulling Ridge away as alarms blared. He stumbled into the hallway, his vision blurred with tears. Ridge's breakdown. He collapsed against the wall, sliding to the floor. Katie rushed over. "Ridge! What happened?" They said she was fine, she woke up, and now, he couldn't finish. He pressed his fists to his eyes. "This is my fault. All of it." Hope knelt beside him, sobbing. "Don't say that. You love her." He nodded, broken. "And I hurt her. Over and over. I left her when she needed me most. And now I might never get the chance to make it right." Donna clutched Katie's arm, crying softly. "He can't lose her again." The doctor emerged moments later, face grim. "We've stabilized her again, for now. But she's still critical." "I'm sorry." Ridge's head fell into his hands. Please, God, don't take her from me. The confession. Hours later, Ridge returned to Brooke's bedside. The monitors were steady but weak. He took her hand again. Logan. I don't know if you can hear me, but I need you to know something. I never stopped loving you. Not for a second. He swallowed hard. I was a fool to think anyone else could replace you. You've been my heart since the day we met. I should have said it more. I should have shown it. He bent his head against her hand, his tears soaking the sheets. If you wake up, I swear I'll never walk away again. I'll marry you all over, tomorrow, tonight, I don't care. Just open your eyes. As if she heard him, her fingers twitched again. Ridge looked up quickly. Brooke? Her lips parted slightly. Ridge. I heard you. He froze, eyes wide. You? She gave a faint, tired smile. You finally said it, out loud. Ridge let out a shaky laugh, tears streaming down his face. Yeah. I finally said it. Her breathing slowed again, but her eyes stayed on him, full of love. Don't cry, she whispered again. I'm not leaving you, not yet. Ridge pressed his forehead to hers, his voice trembling. Don't you dare. You promised me forever, Logan. And I'm holding you to it. Dawn over Los Angeles. By sunrise, the chaos had quieted. Brooke was still weak, but alive. Hope and Katie slept in the waiting chairs. Donna sat by the window, whispering a prayer. And Ridge, exhausted, red-eyed, but calmer, held Brooke's hand, never letting go. When the doctor came in, he smiled gently. She made it through the night. That's a good sign. Ridge exhaled shakily, tears of relief spilling down his face. Thank you, he whispered. Thank you. A promise renewed. Later, when Brooke woke again, Ridge was still there. Her voice was faint but warm. You didn't leave. He smiled softly. Not this time. Not ever again. She squeezed his hand weakly. Good. Because I'm not done with you yet. He laughed, half crying, half smiling. I'd be disappointed if you were. She looked up at him, eyes full of tired love. Ridge. He leaned closer. Yeah? I forgive you. He swallowed hard, voice breaking. I don't deserve it. Maybe not, she whispered. But you're still my destiny. Ridge let out a shaky breath, pressing a kiss to her forehead. And you're mine, Logan. Always. The camera of fate panned out, the hum of machines steady, sunlight spilling gently through the blinds. For now, the storm had passed. But in true bold and the beautiful fashion, a new one always waited just beyond the next sunrise.